I'm Danielle Jones-Wesley for the Red Carpet Report, and we're in Westwood at the premiere of Apple TV Plus's new show, See. So tell us, what's it like, this project? What is it like getting it off the ground?
This project is like next level. I've worked on a bunch of shows. I've never seen anyone do anything like this ever before. The level of quality, the level of care for the people who are blind, it's going to blow people's minds. It's phenomenal.
And what's the process like when you're working with Apple TV? I mean, this is huge. This is the first time they've done it. What is that like?
It's phenomenal. The company just really cares about the product. And what we did from the very beginning, we were working with people who are blind. We were working with echolocation. We were working with blindfolds on. It was like some of the craziest things you've ever done. I loved it. We spent like a 2-week, 3-week rehearsal process just diving into that. Movement coaches, working with dancers. Yeah, it was heaven for an actor.
And the content of the show, I mean, there's a lot going on. It's sci-fi. It also has, an element of I guess it's just a full sci-fi story, but there's a lot of themes there. Obviously, there's family, there's end of the world, humanity. What did you bring to that?
One of my favorite things about this is it brings a real nuance to the world. If we were to all lose our vision, we would have to live in such more of a sensory world. Like, we would have to dive into those other senses. And what I love about this show is it explores all those senses: touch, feel, hearing. My character is a witchfinder Aera, and so I have the ability to hear better than anyone else. And just working with that, it informs the way you move, it informs the way you approach everything. The fights in this show are gonna blow people's minds. It's incredible. It's a gift to be on a show like this and work with a company like Apple.
I just got to see 2 of the episodes over the weekend.
Oh, did you? I haven't even seen those 2 episodes yet. I can't wait. I'm very, very excited.
There are some really interesting, concepts, especially like the silent characters that come through, and I forgot what they're called. They're
which ones?
They're all white and they're silent, but they're the shadows. Yes.
Yeah.
So does your character have anything to do with the shadows?
My character, my own backstory, was actually being trained to be a shadow when he was stolen from the village. I play the witchfinder Aera. So Tamakti June, who is the head hunter working for Sylvia Hoek's character, I'm one of his left-hand men. So I help. I'm not really recognizable. Normally I have platinum blonde hair and I have a lot of applications on my forehead. I definitely don't look like this right now.
We're seeing you all cleaned up.
Yes, exactly. It's so nice not to be bleaching my hair every 5 weeks.
Yeah. And dealing with, sight and blind people and bringing light and humanity to their experience, how is it working, though, with Joe?
It's been phenomenal. We've worked with a lot of people who have varying levels of blindness, and they really explored and brought to an exciting way of thinking. One of the things I find that is a real negative is people were going, how can this world exist? How can people live like this? This is unreal. And I'm like, you're highly underrating people. It's just one aspect of your life. And everyone we worked with, from Joe Strecce, who gave us all the teaching, to Bree Larson, to Marilee, they all had varying degrees of being blind, but they really brought like a passion and they live their lives. It's not something that holds them back. It instead helps them inform the world, the way they approach the world, and it's phenomenal to see.
Do you think audiences will take away that being blind doesn't necessarily mean you can't see?
Definitely, definitely. The world that we explore, it's a more compassionate world. People have to connect more. Everyone depends on each other to survive, and I think that's a real takeaway from this show.
And religion's a little bit different in this version of the universe.
Yeah.
Do you have any commentary on that?
I don't want to dive in too deep, but I play for the bad guys, and it's very important for me to, make that really count for my character.
Can't wait to see it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
It's a jungle out there. If you like our coverage, click like, subscribe, and comment below, or just leave me a knotted rope.